Thanks to Raycon for sponsoring this video. If you guys watched our last R1S delivery video, you might remember that I hinted that we were gonna do some kind of swap. I love it.
Jones it.
I am. We might need a swap. We are here today with our friend Matt, and we're gonna switch cars for a couple days and see what we think. Do we like the Model X or the R1S better? We're gonna give you a list of pros and cons for each one of them, and hopefully it will help you guys decide which car you want to buy. Here we go.
Don't wreck it.
I won't. I promise I will not sit on the roof of this one.
So you have a button, obviously you have one on the fob, but you actually have a physical one here, which I like. And then it does go below here for the charger stuff or whatever.
Okay.
I'm sure you can fit in this one very comfortably. But half of it goes up, but this does not go down automatically. You have to hit the release button here, and then it comes down. And then to get it up, if you hit this, it'll fuss at you because it's not shut, so it can't shut itself. Okay. So then you just shut it yourself, and then you automatically do this guy. Here's another thing, whether you want it on the camera or not, but in terms of the use of the car, you'll notice. I don't know if I want to call it out or not. You want me to call it out and see if you notice it? No, I don't mind calling it out. I'm saying, should I call you out and tip you off to it, or should I let you see if you can discover it yourself?
Let me see if I discover it, and then when we come back together, bring it up then, and
I'll just say it's an additional noise.
Okay.
That happens more often.
Ooh, it's like hide and seek.
That happens more often than I realize it. I didn't even notice as much in the truck, so I'll tell you about that later.
I like this. It's like a game now.
It's a little mystery.
So I get to see if I can figure it out.
Yeah.
And keep in mind the things you like and the things you don't like, and we're going to share it with you guys in a couple days. Big thanks to Raycon for sponsoring this video. Raycon makes premium earbuds, headphones, and speakers. The holidays are just a few weeks away, and if you want to give someone one of the most comfortable and premium sounding earbuds without breaking the bank, you've got to check out what Raycon offers. These buds have an almost custom fit with included gel tips, so you're getting a super comfortable experience, and you're also getting 54 hours of battery life. And as the person gifting them, you've got to love that they start at half the price of other premium audio brands. Plus, Raycon makes it easy with holiday gift guides for everyone in your life, whether it's mom, coworker, a fitness lover, or a gamer. You can actually knock out the list all at once and get 30% off by shopping Raycon's holiday bundles. I love the Audio Lovers bundle, which includes their everyday earbuds plus everyday headphones. They're sleek, stylish, and come in a range of colors to match your style. You can also find them in stores now like Kohl's or Walmart, but you're always going to get the best deal using my link, buyraycon.com/KimJava. Click the link in the description below or go to buyraycon.com/KimJava and use code EARLYBF to get 20% off site-wide, or save bigger and get 30% off Raycon's exclusive holiday bundles. All right, let's jump right back in it. I just put my foot on the brake and I'm like, why isn't the door closed? I feel like I'm going to be doing some of this too.
You guys have fun.
All right, you too.
Later.
See you soon.
We'll talk soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, take care. All right, are we really doing this? Okay. Feels very weird to have a wheel. I mean, I feel like my initial reactions are similar to like when I drove the T, because it's the same sort of thing, but I obviously love these cameras. Over the next 3 days, we drove Matt's R1S around town, getting lots of curious inquiries from passerbys, friends, and neighbors. I've also gotten really used to the yoke steering, and I think I prefer yoke steering now, which is crazy.
I know, right?
So here are his other children, other than the ones over here. Coming from Tesla, it's such a different perspective. You get so spoiled. But now we finally have something to compare it to. For so long, it was just Tesla, and it was hard to compare it to anything else. But now with Rivian, you have something sort of on its playing field, kind of be like, okay, well, do I like this better, or do I like that better? Having owned 3 different Model X's over the years, testing the R1S has always been at the top of my list. Okay, now how to turn. Ah! Okay. It's weird how I'm so used to the yoke.
Turn left onto Bethany Road.
Like, how does that happen? I feel like when full self-driving is actually really full self-driving, people are gonna just like forget how to drive. Kind of like, I feel so used to the yoke now that I've forgotten what it's like to have stocks. Side by side, configuring a dual motor, 7-seat, large battery R1S, and your price is right about $84,000. This is with the included wheels, interior, and paint color selected. The Rivian nets you about 320 miles of range and has a 0 to 60 at 3.1 seconds. Doing the same for the Model X with included options, but just add 7 seats for parity, and you're just shy of $126,000. Your range is nearly 350 miles, and your 0 to 60 is slower at 3.8 seconds. With those basics aside, how does it really feel? How does it handle? How does it actually drive? All right, so the brake regen right now is on high, but there is also, so I'm gonna try to go back to standard because I felt like that it was like too much regen where it was almost like slowing me down and giving me that jerky sort of response. It is definitely noisier inside of here, but there's 4 motors in the Rivian where the Model X only has 2, so I can definitely hear it while I'm driving, where our Model X is pretty much silent now because we have the refresh one. It has the noise cancellation. It creates those quiet zones. It is a lot quieter. I'm curious if Matt will notice that. After 3 days of driving the R1S, I walked away feeling the Rivian is a lot more different than it is similar to the Model X. Even though I didn't get to drive the R1S off-road, there's every indication that this SUV is hands down superior to the Model X in that area. But realistically, 99% of its customers will just be taking it through the Starbucks drive-thru. So how does it handle city driving? The R1S seems heavier, less smooth in how it accelerates, and almost a bit jerky at times through the pedal. It feels like it's like hesitating a little bit. Do you feel that? Yeah. The regen feels like it's almost, I see what he's talking about where he was like, it feels like it's doing the, jerkiness. Whereas in the Model X, the acceleration seems smoother, more controlled, and quieter, as does deceleration. The R1S feels roomier inside than the Model X. The third row also feels more spacious and comfortable. Plus, the entire cabin has an overall more luxurious feel than what the X offers. Now with the ingress and egress, especially in the second and the third row, so with the Model X you have the Falcon wings and it's much easier to get to the third row. With the R1S, it's more of a traditional SUV. So with the Model X, you have the wings and that is obviously a lot more flashier, so it could be a negative depending on your style. Now I do want to hop into the third row and actually measure it out so I can compare it to the Model X. The back to the seat, it is 7 inches. You see there is a lot of room to put your feet kind of below the second row right here. So again, about 7 inches. The total length though is about 25 inches. You can see right here there are actually several positions if you want to adjust the second row to give yourself more leg room, and it just kind of depends on, who's sitting in the second row. Now the rear trunk is actually pretty spacious. It has 13.5 cubic feet of space. Now half of that is up here, the other half is down below where the spare tire could be kept, but if you don't use it, look at all that extra space. The Model X has about 15 cubic feet of storage behind the third row, while another 6.6 cubic feet of storage in the front. Now where the Rivian R1S really shines is the front trunk. Now besides the fact that it's automated, it has so much storage space. It has over 11 cubic feet where the Model X front trunk is 6.6 cubic feet. It also has a drain. These are magnets, so check this out. It doesn't fall back on you. So many cool features that really the Model X does not have. Some items that the R1S offers that Tesla doesn't include an air compressor, a 110-volt power outlet, a built-in flashlight, a camp speaker, a top-down camera view, and underseat cubbies. Whereas the Tesla offers a glove box not found in any Rivians, a rear screen that allows for streaming, cabin noise cancellation, a more advanced self-driving suite, better overall tech, and better charging infrastructure. With all of those laid out, what stood out to me the most was just how different the R1S drives and how audible the motors and suspension were.
Yeah. That's their suspension, maybe.
It's so noisy. It's just surprising to me how noisy it is. Maybe I've just been spoiled with driving the Model X now for a little while, but it's loud. It's louder than the Model 3. you definitely hear the motors. It's almost like a vibration.
It's like a vibration, grind, and motor noise.
Yeah, and I would have heard this either way if he hadn't have said, oh, listen for noise. Like, I definitely hear something. Now, right off the bat, I definitely feel like the regen is stronger than Tesla. And this is on the lower, this is the standard. I have the regen set to standard now, but it still feels stronger than Tesla. It almost has like, it's like holding me back. So it's really interesting because Rivian just feels more luxurious on the inside. I love like the wood trim and all the little detail, but I really feel like Tesla has it beat with like how it drives in general. Tesla's so silent, and obviously I'm spoiled with the X, but even with like the 3, I've noticed that it's pretty quiet driving it. So I don't know, I'm rooting for Rivian. I love Rivian. I really want Rivian to succeed, but I'm not sure. It's so loud compared to Tesla. But in all fairness, this is probably a better product than our very first Model X was. Our very first Model X had some issues. I remember driving from the beach back home with the door slightly open because it wouldn't close all the way, and it was making this weird beeping sound, and it had all kinds of like issues. So if you think about, you know, this is one of the first R1Ss out there, you know, and it's obviously like a little bit has some noises that we're hearing, but they're really mild. And especially if you are going from any other vehicle, I don't even think you would notice it as much as, you know, coming from a Tesla. I am like more aware, so I have to put that out there.
Alright guys, we hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure that you are subscribed, because in our next video we meet up with Matt again and we get his take on the Model X and how it compares to the Rivian. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will catch you next time.
I just grabbed the wheel.
So have you driven the X
and I missed the wheel.
I'm calling my neighbor to flex.
Hey.
Hey, are you home? Can you come outside for a second? We got a new car.
You keep driving new cars.
Yeah, do you like it?
What? That's so cool.
What do you think?
You guys are lucky.
It's pretty cool though.
I've been driving the same car like 5 years.